Welcome, Cancer. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I am reading on the new moon of Taurus on the 15th or 16th, depending on where you are in the world. I'm focusing particularly on Mars conjuncting or joined to the planet Chiron. So this is our power, our passion, our energy, our physical energy, our determination to face our fears. Chiron is the wounded healer. So it is our wounding is our source of wisdom and the way that we help others, in the way that we've learned to heal ourselves. So this is powerful energy. It also can speak to a kind of global anger or frustration at the injustice that exists in the world. And there is no doubt that we are feeling a kind of fomentation at the communal level around the world regarding as a kind of pushback on the social chaos that is being engineered around us. So let's start for you with the wild unknown archetype, the ocean. How very perfect for some reason for the water sign Cancer. Reading from the book, the other alternative titles are the unconscious, the depths, the incomprehensible. The power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its waters is to step into the unknown, representing the unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature. Yet, amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, and invigorates our life on land. The ocean is present. Where the ocean is present, there is change stirring that is beyond any change you've known before. The ego must dissolve. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean's froth, a new being. Life is change. Let the wave crash. So that's a bunch of mixed metaphors in there, but the ocean displays every emotion without shame. To witness its glassy moonlit surface and its unforgiving storms is to know the full spectrum of the human experience. That I appreciate. Coupled with judgment, this is interesting. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Since in this moment I'm really feeling like the ocean, particularly in the circular experience that is reflected, is contained within your crab shell. So that hard exterior that keeps you safe and protected is harboring this vast realm of the totality of human experience, because you're able to intuit it, you're able to feel it. I doubt that there is another human being that you could come into some close or intimate proximity with, no matter how disparate their experience, where you couldn't tap into some primal emotion that they too are experiencing. And coupled with the judgment card, I do feel like there is some kind of a judgment that has been made, some kind of a challenge that is requiring you to marshal the full force of your human experience to address. So that is the setting, I believe, the present, the Six of Cups. This is all about some childhood or coming of age experience, something that is natural or organic to you. It can be a gift, it can be a condition, it can be a talent, some difference that you hold or have that you're able to wield successfully, and despite this condition, which may be uh, excluding you from certain kinds of activities, you're able to find joy among with others by being who you are, which is not your body, which is not your particular uh, um, difference, but is the totality underneath that difference. This vast sensitivity and awareness that you exhibit to others, something that sparks joy, that supports others, that you are, that recognizes this talent of yours, this ability uh, to care, to pay attention to nurture, to encourage, to soothe. It's a great gift that you have, and this sense of being of value and providing pleasure and enjoyment that comes back to you, that reflects back to you, is something that you are grasping, you are encompassing in some particular moment, perhaps with regards to a challenge in the past. The magician, I love this. The magician is showing you as being someone who is uniquely able to articulate a position, who you are, very succinctly. This almost feels as though you are able, or perhaps being called on in the present moment, to write or speak about a difference or condition or opportunity that you've had in the past that is an intrinsic part of who you are. And yet you are in a position to articulate that to others, to inform others, to uh, provide information or education, training around some difference that you have and the subsequent life experiences as a result. So I do feel like this is very clearly about the way that you are addressing a challenge, that you are meeting a query, or you are responding to a situation that is requiring more uh, of a almost a rationale or a justification to the solution that you are seeking. In the present or the future, the Page of Pentacles, it's interesting, but I really get a feeling that you understand this is going to take a lot of work. For you to respond to a challenge or answer a question or seek some kind of a solution, you're going to have to start from scratch. And that is a little daunting to you, but it really is about starting at basics. Your response should be inclusive of the basics of a situation. You don't have to launch into details or submit a plan or proposal. You simply need to talk about the fundamental dilemma that you are experiencing. So this is almost cautioning you to keep it simple. Take your time by all means, because obviously this is going to take a lot of time, but that you should really look at it in its most straightforward, uh, almost like an outline regarding what your position is and what solution you're seeking. So I almost feel like you're meeting a challenge and you're having to instruct others on how this can be remedied, even if you're not the expert. You're certainly the expert on yourself, and perhaps that is what is needed. Cancer, if you're resonating with this reading so far, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I really appreciate your support. and in any way that you support. Primarily, your presence here now means everything to me. So the Magician in the past, I'm going to clarify with a couple of cards. We have the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and for the Six of Cups, we have the Nine of Pentacles. One more for the Six of Cups, please. Ooh, the Three of Cups. I'm not going to take those other cards. The Page of Pentacles. Whoa. The Queen of Pentacles is on the top, and the Three of Swords here, and put that back. Trying to keep it simple. So in the Magician card in the past, we have the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Wands clarifying. You know, over and over, the energy of love, care, attention, nurturance, just this big-heartedness comes through you. Necessarily something you have to protect. And I see that you have expended a lot of energy making sure that you are in a safe place before you share your intuitive gifts, your attention, your care, your desire to protect, to listen, to allow someone to sound out a position, and to maintain a neutrality that is not judgmental is powerful. But that is really where the sense of understanding who you are comes from. Your repeated and habitual way of bringing attention and love, but under very clear conditions of safety. And your physical safety, your emotional safety are things that have inclined you to recognize your need to trust an environment, trust another human being. And even if someone you love and trust crosses the line, you're very capable of standing up for yourself. So I see that here in the present. The Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Cups is clarifying the Six of Cups. Not only do you enjoy a very sacred, intimate circle of friends and support, but you know how to stand up for yourself. You are independent. Whether you are in relationships or not, because in our culture there is some confusion about independence and its place. It always has a place if you have a need to express yourself independently. So this makes you a better partner, a better friend, in my view. So yes, you're able to defend yourself if need be, or more than defend yourself, because you're pretty competent in staying away from dangerous or unsafe situations, relationships, or environment. But you actually are standing on principle. This isn't really defending or standing up for yourself in that way. This is more about standing on principle. And this gives you the ability to make decisions that you know are right for you, not necessarily right for others, other loved ones even. And this is something you've learned, quite possibly from your family of origin, that you can be independent, you can have unique needs and desires that are different from those that you love, those that you enjoy time with, those that you are intimate with. And this is really a powerful strength, because it gives you the ability to respond in this particular situation holistically with your whole self. And this indeed is a theme with Pluto moving, stationing retrograde in Aquarius. This is asking us to be whole in our responses to challenges, to be all of us, to not pretty ourselves up, to not present a good face or a nice face, to be authentic about the range of your experiences and challenges in responding. And I see that in the future, the Page of Pentacles, the Three of Swords is all about recognizing your patterns, your responses to disappointments, heartache, separation, even abandonment, and that you recognize that there is a pattern that you have responded to habitually, but you've taken great responsibility for your role in anything that has been disappointing or has not worked out in the way you would have liked it to. And as a result of your practicality, your resourcefulness, you know how things work. You're able to mount this challenge, to build this response, to describe a dilemma or a situation that needs a solution by being your full self, by describing your situations and your disappointments along the way, ways in which you have been failed or you have failed. So this is really this masterful and very pragmatic approach to everything you do. It's about producing a tangible result. And you won't accept anything less, frankly. I'm going to finish this reading with a flower oracle, hoping that this has been insightful. No. And I pulled the status plant, and the keyword is adaptation. Change will be better than you think. Interesting. So that may be a little more description on the solution or the remedy you are pursuing here. Thank you so much, Cancer, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.